There was a girl named Alice. She was a diligent student and always aimed to live up to her father's expectations. However, upon graduating from university, she decided to return to her village and join her father in raising fish instead of pursuing a career in the city. It was an unexpected decision, but Alice knew it was the right one in her heart, and she found true happiness. Hello, and welcome to Amazing Animal Stories. Today's story is of a girl who fed swans for years. Then one day, they gave her an incredible gift in return. However, before we begin our story, we would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel, Amazing Animal Stories, and also press the bell icon. Let's get started. When Alice returned to her village after completing her studies in aquaculture, her father Tim was not thrilled with her decision to take over the family fish pond. He had always envisioned her pursuing a more ambitious career path. But Alice was convinced that fish farming held great potential in their area and was determined to make it work. Despite Tim's initial reluctance, she threw herself into the work, dedicating hours every day to ensuring the fish were healthy and well fed. Her hard work and determination paid off, and eventually Tim came to see the potential. Together, they expanded the fish farm, making it the main source of income for the village and bringing father and daughter closer than ever before. Determined to improve the efficiency of the fish pond and make it one of the most successful in the area, Alice spent her time researching new techniques and technologies for fish farming. With her hard work and dedication, she made it happen, and over time, her father began to see the value in what she was doing and understood that this was not just a hobby, but a genuine career choice for her. With her father's support, she could provide for her family and support her father. Despite her challenges, Alice was always determined to pursue her passion and make a difference in her community. One day, while tending to the fish pond, she heard strange noises coming from the water plants. She was immediately curious and wondered if something was trying to break into the pond to eat the fish. Alice noticed a grey duck caught in the water plants as she approached the water. Without a moment of hesitation, she carefully untangled the duck's legs and brought it back to her home. But her father Tim was not pleased when he saw her return with the grey duck. He couldn't understand why she had brought it back and didn't want to keep it as a pet. However, Alice explained that she had found the duck struggling in the water and he was too small to survive. Alice felt it was her duty to take care of the little duck and ensure its safety. Her mother, who always supported her, saw the situation differently. She saw the duck as a sign of good luck and suggested they name it Lulu and keep it as a pet. Despite his initial reluctance, Tim eventually came round to the idea of keeping Lulu as a pet. She saw how much Alice and her mother cared for the little duck, and he couldn't help but feel a sense of affection for it as well. Together, the three began to take care of Lulu, feeding it vegetable chops and ensuring it was well fed and healthy. Lulu became an integral part of the family. As days went by, they often found her waddling around the fish pond, following Alice as she tended to the fish. They would laugh as Lulu would try to catch the fish with a beak, only to be gently shooed away by Alice. Lulu's arrival at their family was a surprise, but a pleasant one. She quickly became a source of joy and entertainment for the family, and they were happy to have her in their lives. The little duck not only brought them happiness and joy, but also taught them valuable lessons. They learned that sometimes the best things happen when you least expect them, and that taking care of something or someone can bring you happiness and joy. Alice was excited to bring her new pet duck Lulu to the fish pond and watch her waddle around, following her as she tended to the fish. Alice thought Lulu would love to eat the fish and have a great time in the water, but to her surprise, Lulu only ate duckweed and aquatic plants. She was relieved that Lulu wasn't eating her fish and started allowing her to play in the water more. But then something interesting happened. Lulu started catching small fish and bringing them to Alice as a gift. As Lulu grew, Alice's mother noticed something strange about the duck. Alice's mother told her that Lulu didn't look like a normal duck. Squatting down, Alice examined Lulu, wondering if it could be a swan, but she wasn't sure. She sent a picture of Lulu to her college friend who majored in animal husbandry, and to her surprise, her friend told her that Lulu was a black swan. But it wasn't fully grown yet, and its feathers were still grey. Shocked, Alice had no idea she was feeding a black swan. After consulting with her friend, she ultimately contacted the staff, and they took Lulu away, as she wasn't fully aware about keeping it as a pet. They took Lulu to an ecological garden, where the environment would suit its growth. Although sad to see Lulu go, Alice knew it was the best thing for Lulu, and that he would have a better life in the ecological garden. Alice learned that appearances can be deceiving, and that it's important to be well informed about the animals one cares for. She appreciated her friend's knowledge and the staff's help, ensuring Lulu's well-being. Her experience with Lulu was memorable, filled with joy as she watched the little duck grow. Though surprised to find out Lulu was actually a black swan, she was happy Lulu could thrive in a suitable environment. This experience taught her a valuable lesson, and she was overjoyed to see Lulu return to the pond. As Alice measured the water temperature at the pond, she spotted a familiar sight. Lulu, her beloved swan, had returned. Though it had been several months since she last saw Lulu, her joy at the reunion was tempered by a new realization. Lulu's feathers were now black, and a group of other swans accompanied him. Excited that Lulu had made new friends, Alice was torn on whether to inform the staff of Lulu's return. Alice had grown very attached to Lulu over the past months and didn't want anyone else to interrupt his newfound companionship. So, she continued her work while keeping an eye on Lulu and his group from a distance. However, after some time, she realised that Lulu was no longer there. She was devastated that she had missed the opportunity to spend more time with him. Overcome with guilt, Alice decided to visit Lulu's home in the ecological garden. However, upon arriving, the staff informed her that Lulu and his companions had migrated north a few days ago. Alice couldn't help but blame herself for not informing the staff earlier, feeling that she may have missed the opportunity to give Lulu a proper farewell. Though she felt a tinge of sadness at the thought of never seeing Lulu again, she knew that he would always hold a special place in her heart. 2 years had passed since Alice had taken over managing her family's fish pond. She had done exceptionally well, and her success had garnered envy from other fish farmers in the village. Despite her achievements, she couldn't shake off the lingering regret of Lulu, a little grey duck she had grown to love, never returning. With her business stable, Alice had decided to travel to Fujian with her classmates to explore expanding their fish market. But just 2 weeks into her trip, she received a devastating call from her parents, informing her that many fish in the pond had died. Upon her return home, Alice discovered that the pond was overrun with duckweed and black swans. The most pressing concern was finding a solution for the duckweed. She ultimately decided to introduce grass carp and cushion carp to the pond. A few days later, the duckweed had vanished, but Alice felt a sense of relief. But her relief was short-lived when a black swan broke into a house, indicating that something was amiss. She followed the swan to the pond and found Lulu lying on the ground, groaning in pain, with a large bag of bait scattered around. Alice immediately contacted the staff at Eco Park and requested they treat Lulu. Later, she discovered that the pond had been eutrophicated and suspected of foul play. She contacted the police, and after an investigation, it was revealed that a merchant named Mike had a vendetta against her and her family, and had intentionally eutrophicated the pond and injured Lulu. Mike was held accountable for his actions, and while Lulu would eventually return to the north after recovering, he would visit Alice's pond every winter to see her. Despite the tragedy, it highlights Alice's determination and resourcefulness, and the importance of protecting the environment and its animals. So that's it for today. Let us know your views in the comment section below. We hope you found this story very interesting. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel, Amazing Animal Stories. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.